Is it through? Yes.
At St Thomas Centre Nursery in Birmingham, artist Rod Burley works with a group of children in the nursery unit. Rod works as a peripatetic practitioner throughout the local area. Today the children are presented with the challenge of building an ambitious structure with a range of materials.
Oh, my...
Working alongside Rod, there's scope for experiment, discussion and creativity. Potentially, this activity develops knowledge and skills across all curriculum areas.
Well, this is something that I've done with other schools in different situations, and I found that it's a good idea for giving the children the opportunity to explore twisting and joining without having something that's formal and prescriptive. So they're able to develop different techniques that they can use in other activities such as weaving when they're in other years.
So how does Rod plan for this kind of experience?
I don't plan rigidly because I think if you do have that sort of planning, the activities do become prescriptive and very often it's counterproductive and the children don't engage in it at all. So I create something which I feel reflects the needs of the staff here, colleagues here, and the children, so that they can be involved with that exploration and they have something which they can revisit and they can develop. So my planning is about setting parameters, if you like, but those parameters are very flexible.
On the paper. Shall we dip it in, Darius? Do you want to put your hand in, Callum? Should we do that?
In the baby's room, the children are exploring paint, how it feels and how it makes marks.
Darius, have a go. Yes.
Not there. No, not in your mouth.
The staff organise regular times to discuss the next steps in their planning.
So we've done painting today,
Right.
so we could extend their experience of painting and take them into the stone playroom to give them a different concept because they can use the bigger easels. Because painting's gone really well today, hasn't it?
Yeah.
They've really enjoyed it. They've explored the paint,
Yeah.
the texture, the
I think
colour.
it'd be interesting to compare it using the easel because they'll be, well, those who can stand will be standing up.
Because it's at their level,
Yeah.
that is. It's on the floor,
And
isn't
they
it,
might
for them?
possibly use the brush then because today...
Callum
more
wasn't
the
very...
hands,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
because I think, I don't know if it's because the paper was placed on the floor. Maybe they'll...
It could be.
But it'd be interesting to see because the paper's going to be on the wall, isn't it? Well, on the easel,
Yeah.
it's going to be upright.
It'll be a, face view.
So he may want to do more.
I think I'm going to see if this fits on here. Look at how this is bent round.
The pyramid structure is growing and changing as the children try out ideas, talk with Rod and observe each other. The practitioners at St Thomas Centre have been influenced by the Reggio Emilia philosophy. This approach emphasises the ways in which children can express their ideas through many forms of creativity.
Does that push through? Like that. Want some more? Oh, it goes through the middle, Mark. Reggio has been influential for me in terms of my own art practice. I haven't been there. I confess I've got things second-hand, but it's still been valuable for me to see. I saw the touring exhibition that was put on by colleagues here and Reggio, obviously, and I thought that was excellent art practice. Long pieces of ribbon. The children were collecting visual information. They were collecting information from different sources, first-hand, secondary sources, and then they were allowed to explore and then finally produce some stunning work. Yeah. Spins round. Can it tie on now? What you done? Did what?
Noting down what the children say and do and how they respond to activities informs future planning.
Strong for you to walk through. Can I do this bit?
There's Maya and Elise and Hay Young and Ishmael all working very hard, all concentrating. Lots of language going on. And Maya was saying, I've twisted it, I've done it. And Ishmael got upset because he'd broken it. It's broken now, I can't do it. So there's lots of interaction going on with Rod as well, lots of chat. very good.
Were they able to actually, they were attaching things, weren't they, Julie? Were they able to?
With support, yeah, with support. I think Rod was helping because you were working with Rod as well, wasn't you?
Yeah, I mean, Elise could thread those fasteners from the garden centre, the green fasteners. I think they're quite useful. And Ishmael could do it. It took a bit of practice because there were 2 holes and they were experimenting with both of them. But as a fastening device, I think they're quite useful. And I think we could probably use them again in a different situation. One problem with it was the structure was getting kicked down towards the end.
It's very unstable.
Yeah, it was very unstable. They did practice a lot of joining techniques, and in discussion with Rod, it was suggested that we could use perhaps rolls, big tubular rolls, plastic rolls, with holes drilled through and withers. Is it called withers? Withies. Soaked in water. And we could adapt that with the clay, so the plastic tubings could go in the clay, which ties in with Maya's interest when she was working with the cardboard rolls. And perhaps have those in clay and then attach the withies in through the holes, and then the plastic pipe cleaners that they were using, not plastic, the furry pipe cleaners, those could go through. You could put the plastic clips through, so they could actually...
So they're going to combine the clay
combine the clay.
and the structures on a smaller scale as well.
On a smaller scale, yeah, and that will be indoors. And also Rod's going to go to the resource centre to pick up netting and also those plastic tubings.
At Castleton Playgroup in Newport, South Wales, practitioners make an early start on their planning.
The planning for today's session started back in July last year with the staff getting together to make up our long-term plan. And we get together, we decide what topics we're going to have. Are there any festivals which need to be included in our plan? We have a plan which we follow, a medium-term plan which states activities and what we need to do for that term. And then from there it carries on to our short-term plan, which comes down to a week-by-week, and that's half-termly that staff do that. And then down to a daily plan. It's all got to be very flexible. Have I got 5 there? The activity in the farm shop this morning was meant to be a weighing activity, but the children involved me in a different way, and so we went with the flow, and it turned out to be a counting activity and an activity, say how many and how many more do we need, and that sort of thing.
Here we go.
And 1 egg. And how much was the egg, Laura? 14.
Look, there's me.
Can you see you,
And
Alex?
me. There. There's me. There's Woody. I can see Woody through there.
And there are always unforeseen events which haven't been planned for, but which just have to be included, like a camera crew coming in to film.
What's that?
Look through it.
That's the bit that he's looking through, isn't it? The main activities today revolved around the filming. We felt this was too good an opportunity for the children to miss, to be able to look at the cameras, have a little look through the viewfinder, have a look at the microphones, and just generally to have the experience of a proper television camera, which is something that they probably will never ever have in their lives. I certainly have not had that. So we thought, right, if it was all right with the people, we would let the children have a go. But this was a flexible activity. We hadn't planned this back in July because this only came up in March. The children made cameras today. They were shown the camera, and they were people talked about the camera to them, and then they were asked to go away and make their own camera. It could be something like they saw, or it could be their own, whatever they wanted to do, which Playgroup is all about, is their own creativity.
Thank you.